Tá, o relatório do pessoal tá pronto, mas a questão é como é que eu vou voltar lá pra cima, né? E se é que ainda vai ter coisa lá em cima. Marca da fissura. Você ganhou a marca da fissura, uma habilidade baseada na concentração. A marca da fissura causa um imenso dano e pode até matar instantaneamente alguns inimigos. A marca da fissura é uma habilidade baseada em concentração. Concentração é um recurso que se ganha cada vez que alguém no seu grupo inflige dano. Cada membro do grupo tem um medidor de concentração próprio, mas todos ganham concentração quando alguém do grupo inflige dano. Gostei. Agora eu vou fazer o seguinte. Tem mais habilidades. Eu evolui tudo isso aqui. Peguei mais uma ali. Agora não peguei, eu tenho agora Inquisidor. Tá. Eu vou fazer o seguinte. Era esse aqui, né? Eu vou deixar esse aqui. Eu sei pra onde eu tenho que ir, eu acho, mas cartão dos outros lados. Só pra ver se não tem alguma coisa mesmo. Mas aparentemente não, mesmo que eu consiga dar um mega pulo. O que não é o caso. Trilha de coisas destruídas. Pra onde agora? Pior que não vejo nada no meu caminho, né? Achei que deve ser andar em linha reta pra lá. Consigo correr, tem um baita vendaval na minha cara. uma neve fofa
Embers.
demais.
Recent.
Não sei nem onde é que eu tô.
There! It's him!
Thank the Maker!
What would you have me tell them? This isn't what we asked them to do.
We cannot simply ignore this. We must find a way.
And who put you in charge? We need a consensus or we have nothing.
Please, we must use reason. Without the infrastructure of the Inquisition, we're
I
hobbled.
can't come from nowhere.
She didn't say it could.
Enough! This is getting us nowhere.
Well, we're agreed on that much.
Shh. You need rest.
They've been at it for hours.
They have that luxury thanks to you. The enemy could not follow, and with time to doubt, we turn to blame. Infighting may threaten as much as this Corypheus.
Do we know where Corypheus and his forces are?
We are not sure where we are, which may be why, despite the numbers he still commands, there is no sign of him. That, or you are believed dead. Or without Haven, we are thought helpless. Or he girds for another attack. I cannot claim to know the mind
Muitas
of that
possibilidades.
creature, only his effect on us.
If they're arguing about what we do next, I need to be there.
Another heated voice won't help. Even yours. Perhaps especially yours. Our leaders struggle because of what we survivors witnessed. We saw our defender stand and fall. And now we have seen him return. The more the enemy is beyond us, the more miraculous your actions appear, and the more our trials seem ordained. That is hard to accept, no? What we have been called to endure, what we perhaps must come to believe.
Tá, eu vou investigar primeiro.
I escaped the avalanche. Barely, perhaps, but I didn't die.
Of course, and the dead cannot return from across the veil. But the people know what they saw. Or perhaps what they needed to see. The Maker works both in the moment and in how it is remembered. Can we truly know the heavens are not with us?
You saw Corypheus? What do you think of his claims of assaulting the heavens?
Scripture says magisters, divinter servants of false-souled gods, entered the Fade to reach the Golden City, seat of the Maker. For their crime, they were cast out as darkspawn. Their hubris is why we suffer blight, and why the Maker turned from us. If such is the claim of this Corypheus, he is a monster beyond imagining. All mankind continues to suffer for that sin. If even a shred of it is true, all the more reason Andraste would choose someone to rise against him.
Corypheus said he found only corruption and emptiness. Nothing golden.
If he entered that place, it has changed him without and within. The living are not meant to make that journey. Perhaps these are lies he must tell himself, rather than accept that he earned the scorn of the Maker. I know I could not bear such.
Colocou as crianças fanáticas. Que perda de tempo. Ainda não acredito. Eu acredito, mas isso basta. Precisamos de mais que fé.
Mother Giselle, I just don't see how what I believe matters. Lies or not, Corypheus is a real physical threat. We can't match that with hope alone.
Shadows fall and hope has fled.
Eu acho que essa daí vai ser a próxima divina.
The dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky for one day soon. The dawn will come.
The shepherd's lost, and his home is far. Keep to the stars, the dawn will come. The night is long,
And the path is dark.
look to the sky for one day soon. The dawn will come. There your lay and raise it high. Stand your ground, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is
Música bacana. Tô gostando dessa música.
to the sky for one An army needs more than an enemy. It needs a cause.
A word. The humans have not raised one of our people so high for ages beyond counting. Her faith is hard-won, Lethalan. Worthy of pride, save one detail.
The threat Corypheus wields. The orb he carried. It is ours. Corypheus used the orb to open the breach. Unlocking it must have caused the explosion that destroyed the Conclave. We must find out how he survived. And we must prepare for their reaction when they learn the orb is of our people.
All right. What is it, and how do you know about it?
Such things were foci, said to channel power from our gods. Some were dedicated to specific members of our pantheon. All that remains are references in ruins, and faint visions of memory in the Fade, echoes of a dead empire. But however Corypheus came to it, the orb is elven, and with it, he threatens the heart of human faith.
Eles confiam em mim. Se nos perdermos aqui, nada importará. Eles acabarão nos culpando.
Didn't you see? The people trust me implicitly.
Faith tends to make martyrs of its champions. Whatever the case, that trust cannot grow in the wilderness. You will need every advantage. By attacking the Inquisition, Corypheus has changed it. Changed you. Scout to the north. Be their guide.
Viraram peregrinos.
There is a place that waits for a force to hold it. There is a place where the Inquisition can build, grow.
a gente vai ter uma base perrengue. A outra base, ela era mais simplinha. Aqui é um castelo, uma fortaleza. Essa base vai ser pancada deles invadirem. E se eles invadirem, eles vão ter que invadir pela ponte. Eles vão conseguir escalar a montanha, eu acho. Aí se rolar uma invasão aqui, vai ser por um único lado, um único ponto, fácil de defender. Mesmo é claro que vem aquele dragão de novo.
They arrive daily from every settlement in the region. Skyhold is becoming a pilgrimage. If word has reached these people, it will have reached the Elder One. We have the walls and numbers to put up a fight here, but this threat is far beyond the war we anticipated. But we now know what allowed you to stand against Corypheus. What drew him to you?
Ele é louco, quem se importa? Meu esforço pela Inquisição. Ele queria a âncora.
He came for this, and now it's useless to him, so he wants me dead. That's it.
The anchor has power, but it's not why you're still standing here. Your decisions let us heal the sky. Your determination brought us out of Haven. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. And we know it. All of us. The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading it.
Tá, virei o líder agora. Antes tarde do que nunca, né? Eu já tava basicamente agindo como líder mesmo.
You.
Eu não sou humano, eu não quero isso. Se confia em um mago, é uma honra.
I don't know what to say.
Say that you will not make me regret this.
If you're not sure, why do it?
Because I believe this is what was meant to be. That without you, there would be no Inquisition. What it means for the future, how you lead us, that is entirely up to you.
Ó, vai ser um mago que desce pra pancada especial. Então representará todos. Deixei o exemplo como mago. Tá, elfo ou mago? Elfo ou mago? Elfo ou mago?
With fear running rampant, they need to see a mage standing for what is right. I'll defeat Corypheus standing with them, not over them.
Wherever you lead us.
Have our people been told? They have. And soon, the world.
Commander, will they follow?
Inquisition, will you follow? Will you fight? Will we triumph? Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
Tá, esse lugar tá precisando de uma reforminha.
So this is where it begins.
It began in the courtyard.
This is where we turn that promise into action.
But what do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Corypheus wants to restore Tevinter. Is this a prelude to war with the Imperium?
I get the feeling we're dealing with extremists, not the vanguard of a true invasion.
Tevinter is not the Imperium of 1,000 years ago. What Corypheus yearns to restore no longer exists. Though they would shed no tears if the South fell to chaos, I'm certain.
Corypheus said he wanted to enter the Black City, that this would make him a god.
He is willing to tear this world apart to reach the next. It won't matter if he's wrong.
What if he's not wrong? If he finds some other way into the Fade?
Then he gains the power he seeks, or unleashes catastrophe on us all.
Could his dragon really be an archdemon? What would that mean?
It would mean the beginning of another blight.
We've seen no darkspawn other than Corypheus himself. Perhaps it's not an archdemon at all, but something different?
Whatever it is, it's dangerous. Commanding such a creature gives Corypheus an advantage we can't ignore.
Trazer mais informações, diga... Devem vir atrás, mais informações.
Someone out there must know something about Corypheus.
Unless they saw him on the field, most will not believe he even exists.
We do have one advantage. We know what Corypheus intends to do next. When you were at Therenfall, you uncovered a plot to kill Empress Celine.
Imagine the chaos her death would cause. With his army.
An army he's growing. The Envy Demon gloated about a massive force of demons.
Corypheus could conquer the entire south of Thedas, god or no god.
I'd feel better if we knew more about what we were dealing with.
I know someone who can help with that. Everyone acting all inspirational jogged my memory, so I sent a message to an old friend. He's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing. He can help.
Corypheus não é um dos boss que a gente enfrentou no 2, o que estava aprisionado lá no fundo das coisas de uma das DLC.
I'm always looking for new allies. Introduce me.
Parading around might cause a fuss. It's better for you to meet privately, on the battlements. Trust me, it's complicated.
Well, then, we stand ready to move on both of these concerns.
On your order, Inquisitor.
I know one thing. If Varric has brought who I think he has, Cassandra is going to kill him.
Se ele trouxe um certo herói... Tá. Contra o Ferreiro. Elisa, Liliana, Solas. Tem alguns pontos de viagem rápida. Josefine. Varric. Sala de guerra. Vou ter um belo passeio por aqui. Tá, eu tenho que começar a conhecer um pouco melhor o lugar.
This is the Inquisition.
Tá, viagem rápida.
What did they make down here?
Ah, tem um depósito agora. Tá, com quem que é a missão aqui? Personalização da base. Nossa. Tá. Estandarte. cama. Vôlei, bacia gelada e fronteiras livres. Vou ficar com essa ali mesmo. Cortinas. Básica. Básica. Heráldica. Eu vou com essa aqui. Decorações. Coloca essa. Trono. Inquisição. Mandíbula do dragão. Preutana antiga. Kirkle antiga. Fica com a Inquisição. Janelas. Ferben. Inquisição. Inquisição. Tá, louro do profeta, nem sei onde eu vou pegar. Nem sei onde é que eu pego os outros ingredientes, misericórdia. Tônicos. Tenho a menor ideia, eu vou pegar a maior parte desses ingredientes. Tá tudo abastecido. O que eu posso colocar nesse cajado aqui? Punho de cajado cravado. Lâmina de cajado. Coloca essa aqui. Mais 7 de constituição. Não dá pra pôr runa, aparentemente.
Where's my other hat? Right there.
Aqui dá pra colocar uma marca. Ressurrecto. Cura ao matar e menos 50 de saúde máxima. Tá bom, eu vou arriscar ficar com essa daí. Questão de armadura. Não tem grandes coisas. Colocação de arma. Então, não tem grandes coisas. Lojinha aqui também. Pintar a armadura. Como eu queria pintar a armadura? Renovação tática. Sei lá pra que serve. Habilidades, um só uso. Não vou mudar as habilidades. Vendo, vendo. Aparece coisa e eu vou vender tudo. Ah, isso aqui eu vendo mesmo. Então vamos ali falar com a Josefine. De qualquer forma que eu posso chegar até ela. Aqui. Aqui mesmo.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the highest stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Salvaremos a Imperatriz. Perigosamente instável. Leve-me à corte. Salvaremos a Imperatriz.
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress, no matter what.
I pray you're right. If the hints from Therinfor are to be believed, we are all in terrible danger. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
Não tenho o que vestir, é onde precisamos estar.
A grand masquerade? I need to go shopping.
I'll arrange for an invitation at your discretion, Inquisitor. Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters. Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Ser indulgente, sim, manteremos as aparências. Eles terão que se acostumar. Manteremos as aparências.
Certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus's attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
Não deixaria que me assombre. Isso também me perturba. Mas grãos. Queria ter salvado mais vidas.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'm loath to part from such pleasant company. Would you care to walk the castle with me?
Oh, well, a tour then? Let me fetch the steward.
That isn't precisely what I was hoping for.
Well, do let me know if you change your mind. Now I must find someone to prepare the guest quarters.
Oh, mas ela só desconversa?
Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Ser a vontade do Criador, a âncora é mágica, não sagrada, o Criador não é desse mundo. Também acreditei, Pode ser à vontade.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
Vou ficar bem.
It looks strange, but it hasn't done me harm.
If it did come from Corypheus, that's a small mercy. A situation requires your attention, Inquisitor. Noble Chantry loyalists in the city of Jadar are spreading accusations that you're responsible for the Divine's death. They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal with the matter.
Will anyone even believe me if I claim I didn't kill the Divine?
Perhaps if they learn about your heroics. We should emphasize how you stopped the breach devouring the sky. Even in Jadar, it may win you a few admirers.
What does the nobility gain by saying I murdered Justinia?
A scapegoat to begin with, but I wonder if the Grand Clerics are at work. Those immediately eligible to be divine died at the Conclave. The ones remaining were not as favored. They may look upon you as a rival for influence.
Vamos enviar alguns diplomatas, precisamos de propaganda, precisamos demonstrar forças. Diplomatas.
Let's send some ambassadors to convince Jada I'm not a monster in disguise.
Excellent. I believe there is much to be gained by winning them over. Greetings.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Tá, não tem mais nada pra falar com ela. Tá, aqui é a sala de guerra. Tem bastante coisa nesse mapa aí que eu já tô vendo. Tá, tem mais um pontinho de benefício. Capacidade do inventário. Possibilidade de combate somente para o Inquisidor. Isso se eu pegar os 4 aqui, né? Ah, vai. Aqui a gente tem Orleis. Muita coisa. Olha isso. Coisa que tá em qual? Aqui? Aqui tá como completado. Então não é esse. É nesse. Disponível custo 20. Relatório pronto. O que mais tem relatório pronto? Aqui. E aqui. Custo 30. 8. 28. Aqui. 3 horas. Tá, não vai ficar pronto durante a live.
I've arranged an accord between the Marquis
Faz
and the
quem vai.
Dowager. Wonder of
Tá
wonders.
pronto pra amanhã só.
Perhaps they can be useful to us after all.
Esse aqui. 11 minutos. Dá pra mandar ela. Esse aqui. 45. Dá.
At your service.
Ferelden, tem muita coisa em Ferelden. Tem bastante coisa pra fazer. O principal agora tá ali em Orleis. Então vou dar um bisu aqui em Ferelden. Bacia gelada. Ligações. Vamos seguir o ir para a bacia gelada agora? Não, ainda não. Esse aqui. Custo poder 16. Vamos tudo com ligações, vamos? Tem bastante área liberada pra gente ir. Orleis também vai ter algumas áreas novas. Eu vou precisar juntar mais poder. $28. 28 também. Cara, dá pra fazer 2 de 8. Liberar mais algumas áreas. Tá, agora eu não tenho mais muito poder. Não há muito que eu posso fazer no momento. Pedir os avanços dos Venatori para o oeste, não tem muito o que fazer ali agora. Tá, Verk nas ameias. Aqui. Tá vindo lá bater um papo com a Cassandra. Se eu souber chegar lá. Porque sinceramente tô perdidaço aqui. Tá, Cassandra, eu devo achar por aqui. Quem é essa? Vou falar com todos aí. Deve ter alguma coisa com cada.
It's Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what did I step in?
Eu também não esperava isso. Antes não é um deus élfico. Sabia que seria estranho. Eu também não esperava isso.
I've apparently been through a lot. Yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one says, oh, a Magister God monster, I'm surprised. Impossible things aren't surprises.
I can't help if you don't explain what's wrong exactly.
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it? We're kind of screwed if it isn't. I mean, that Coryphe thing. A Magister, right? Story is, he cracked the Golden City. But that's a hazy dream. If not, seat of the Maker, real thing. A seat needs a butt, so the Maker, real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world, real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhole rubbish so I can go play.
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe it or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Corypheus believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
Eu acho que basta.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal. A nice, well-paid normal.
Just be useful. Ugh, the people I have to work with.
I know, right? Good luck with this lot. But I'll be here. Now, where's food?
Tá lá na cozinha se você quer comida. Mais alguma coisa com
Sitting
ela?
and waiting. Great, yeah?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which
Quero ver
ones?
se vai liberar missões de cada deles.
What's your opinion of Vivi?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better. I mean, what do their women look like? He's too good, right? I'd like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
Anything?
Varric? Not as buttoned up as she played. Soulless. His head's crammed up 1,000. And Cullen.
Tá com ela não.
Thank you for Haven and your efforts at Therenfall. I am committed to serve your worship.
Aqui também não. Esses dois aqui, não. Peraí, tem coisa pra examinar aqui.
It was a mistake to use Haven as a base of operations. The town was completely indefensible.
A lot of our people just died. We will discuss whose fault that is later.
Now is always the time, my dear. The past cannot be changed, and tomorrow may never come. You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
You're wrong. We now have a better location and far more people at our disposal. This couldn't have worked out better if I'd planned it.
Yet we can hardly rely upon the whims of Providence to give us all our victories.
Só vou pras
This
opções
defeat
erradas.
may have turned to our
Só me desaprova.
advantage, but it will not last long. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by.
Tem que pensar melhor nas
Act
escolhas.
first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require, but you must do it soon. Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Nada, na verdade.
So, this is Skyhold. Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the Twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
I'm grateful for your support.
It's my job, isn't it? Killing Darkspawn. Look, in spite of it all, there is hope. The people flock to your banner. They believe in you. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
Sim.
I was chosen by Andraste. She saved me. We shouldn't question it.
I don't. We all need to believe in something.
Tá, eu já continuo ali em cima.
How was a place like this ever lost?
Thanks for my life in Haven. You've all sorts serving now. If that means change, so be it.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, Who's Scout Harding?
Tá, o relatório da Leliana já tá pronto, logo volto pra lá pra colocá-la
I'm
em
no
mais
one.
algum lugar.
Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Sister Liliana glanced at me today. I think she's gonna have me killed.
I have to go.
You get a title, I get the boot. I see how it is. I mean, thanks for my life. Pleased to serve.
Tá, quem mais tem que bater um papo? Touro de ferro.
Demons. It had to be demons. Getting into your head. Messing around.
What matters is that we defeated it and brought the Templars to our side.
With all these damn demons popping up, I guess we need the help.
Claro que
Have
a
you
gente tá
met this
praticando.
friend of Varric's, Inquisitor?
Not yet, no.
It had better not be who I think it is. I will wring that little bastard's neck.
Why? Who do you think it is?
Someone Varric claimed he could not contact. Someone the Inquisition, indeed all of Thedas, desperately needed. I'll reserve judgment until I know for certain. No need to have that rogue screaming persecution yet again.
I have some more.
Why am I not surprised?
Ah, não era tudo não.
Something is... Liliana, no one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can set.
And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. We
Essas coisas que eu já
disciplined the
perguntei pra
Templars and
ela.
were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they... In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hand. Greetings.
Do you have any advice for me?
Watch the treasury carefully, with that Sarah present.
You think she's here to rob us?
Possibly not, but I would hardly put it past her.
That's
Não
enough for
tem
now.
que falar, todas as outras coisas eu tinha falado com ela. Tá, deixa eu ir atrás do Varric. Elimine Léo de Lucien nos caminhos do oeste. Tem bastante coisa. Tá, que armadura que eu tô usando? É, eu tô com essa, então por que tá aparecendo outra roupa ali? Sei lá. Padrão personalizado. Referência personalizada do seu campeão de Kirkwall. Ah, vou usar o padrão. Sabia que seria ele.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
Não penso muito nisso, já vi o preço de perder, sei como é.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Alistair. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks.
Alistair é o rei lá, né?
Nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the Templars and turn them into his slaves.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
Aí de repente ele vai se juntar ao bando.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
Complicated. It's not like the minstrels make it out to be. He's not
Oh, será que a gente consegue recrutar ele pro bando?
Or maybe he's both. He was trying to change the world. He knew it couldn't happen peacefully.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
My sister's a Grey Warden. I had my friend Aveline take her as far from Orlais as possible. When all the Wardens started acting strangely, I had to keep my family safe. Meryl is helping elven refugees who were displaced by the war. I didn't want to take her away from that. Meryl's spent enough time fighting for her life with me.
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually.
Afinal, Varric é um belo contador de histórias, né?
But he thinks highly of the
Tenho certeza
Inquisition.
que ele deve ter contado coisas boas e exageradas.
Has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Tá, vamos lá na mesa. Tem coisa pra gente fazer lá. Vamos ver o relatório da Leliana. Talvez já dá mais uma explorada. Tem uma missãozinha aqui.
The order was sent?
Yes, Commander.
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
Cole helped me escape the Envy Demon. I already agreed to let him stay.
That was before we knew what it was. Honoring deals with demons is a swift path to an early grave.
Totalmente decisão que eu tomo, a Viviane fica desaprovando. Misericórdia.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But Cole looks like a young man. Could it be possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
Eu permito, sim.
In my studies, demons either possess something from this world, or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you'd mistake for a person.
Normally you'd be correct. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
Eu não vou me livrar dele, vou falar com ele.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
He was right.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
You're feeling their pain.
It's louder this close, with so many of them.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Yes, but here is where I can help. Every breath slower, like lying in a warm bath, sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain, dry, scraping, thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes. I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real.
Oh, tô gostando do Cole.
I lost my friends. I lost
Personagem
everything.
enigmático,
I
amigável.
learned how to be more like what I am.
Tem um passado
It made me different,
até pra
but
ele
stronger.
próprio, de certa
I
forma
can
meio
feel
obscuro.
more. I can help.
Eu prefiro ele na Inquisição.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Ah, Viviane, vá.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt. helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover. Or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't.
Fé?
And neither do you. That's part of life.
Try. I want to stay.
Ou não era por aqui?
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
Ah, muita coisa. Pera aí. Eu vou pular isso tudo.
Reese just wanted to help. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe... Let him forget. There were other ways to help. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, it put me back in the cupboard. He killed so many. If I forgot, fought, fell...
I'll talk.
Tá, agora como é que eu volto lá pro coisa? Aqui. Oh, very kicky.
Need something?
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Eu já tinha feito essas perguntas, né?
Need something?
What can you...
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll... The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were... It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth... The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought. We weren't going to just leave the door to... The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens... The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else...
Aqui tem o quê?
What was this place?
Aqui é o
So much
Solas.
room for whatever was here.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
Não.
You don't need to worry about me. I can keep up.
Yes, I noticed that.
Did you now?
Certainly. If you were a slack-jawed yokel, you'd already be dead. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a dark spawn.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Why does that make you angry?
Because the Imperium is my home. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no, it was us all along. We destroyed the world.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True, except that one of them is up and walking around right now. Not to mention I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone from Tevinter standing against him. It would have been nice if you'd helped stop Alexius. But that's not how things went. So be it. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
Seja bem-vindo.
We can use all the help we can get.
No one will thank me whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Deixa eu ver esses bagulho aqui. Dá pra subir mais ainda? Tem que ir pra cima. Viagem rápida.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
You will be prepared next time.
I won't let this happen again. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Entendo que Inquisição pode exigir que dêem suas vidas. Eles são soldados.
True. There are soldiers. They'll do what we need them to.
If Corypheus is cold, I must be colder. War demands sacrifices of us all.
Mais alguma coisa por aqui? Não. Cadê a escadinha pra descer?
Sister Leliana will want access to the birds. Get the cages up here. Quickly.
Aqui. Tá, deixa eu ir lá pra sala de guerra. Esse Cortes tem muito aliado. Dá pra se perder fácil no meio de tudo isso. Tem alguma coisa aqui? Tem. É portável, mas não dá pra entrar ali, né? Fala de novo, vai que tem alguma coisa nova.
What may I do for you?
Não.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Tá, qual que foi concluída? Em andamento.
How are the rescue efforts? Have they found anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
Tá, qual que tinha sido concluída? Aqui. Continua a investigação. 11 minutos. Tá, vai lá, continua a investigação. Depois eu faço outros.